If you have been looking for an apartment and you are going to rent an apartment or a house, chances are you are very likely going to fall into prey from the rental scammers. And the modus operandi of these scammers are, I wanted to show you guys so that you do not fall for it. There are certain red flags that you need to be aware of. And the first red flag is where exactly you look for these apartments on the listing. So if you have looked for these apartments on Zillow or Trulia or any other independent sites, chances are they are being listed by scammers. Because if it is listed through the MLS, you will see the MLS number or the picture of the MLS where the listing has came from. But even that, they can spoof that kind of details into the listing. So one example I will give you is actually I met somebody who got scammed through these kind of scammers. So what they did was they hijacked or hacked the lock code of an existing rental, and they gave that lock code number to her to go and see the house. So when she saw the house, she was all okay, all good to go. And then she decided to rent it out. And then they got through the rental agreement and everything. And finally, she was asked to send money. Now, this is the second red flag. In this red flag, you need to be very much aware that the money transfer, if it is like a wire transfer or a Zelle transfer or anything other than cashier's check or money order, then the chances are you're not going to get it back. Because what they do is they hijack a listing, hijack their lock code combination, and make the tenant feel that this is a real listing and they're listed by real agents. But somehow, once they get the money, the tenant actually moved into the house, and she got to know 2 3 days later when the actual owner came up and told her that she is not supposed to be there. But somehow she was lucky that she was able to get her money back. But in most cases, people lose their money, and that is not a small amount. Like she paid about $5,300, and she was very, very lucky that she was able to get it back through her bank. But most likely, in most cases, if it is a wire transfer or a Zelle transfer, you will not get your money back. So be very, very careful while sending the money. So that's the second red flag, that you should not send the money through wire or Zelle or something like that. The third red flag I would say is to make sure that whenever you are going to see a house or visit a property, have somebody physically be there so that you can talk to a real person. Most likely, if the scammer, they are operating outside the country, so they will not be here, or maybe not in the same place. It could be local also, but most likely the scammers are outside the region where you are getting scammed. So try to see if you can physically meet that person. Also, if you are paying for the rent or like making any kind of payment, make sure that those payments are through certified checks, or even if they take personal checks, so that if you know that if it gets scammed, at least you have a way to get your money back.